At every level of basketball we've seen him play, LiAngelo Ball has been an absolute bucket. And on Sunday, we saw it again. There was LiAngelo in the Summer League, doing what he does best, shooting the ball. In one single game, LiAngelo set the internet on fire after he connected on 5 threes and scored 16 points in just 16 minutes. Those are the type of stats that get you signed to an NBA team, but as we've seen before, and we've seen it on both sides, we have seen plenty of people question, why is a shooter like LiAngelo Ball not playing in the NBA? And we've seen the opposite. We've seen people say that Jello doesn't have the talent and that he'll never make it in the league. So which one is it? Well, in today's video, we're gonna find out. So what's up guys, Mike here, and today we are talking about LiAngelo Ball and his NBA future. Do I think LiAngelo has the talent to be an NBA player, or do I think that with the last name Ball, he's just a novelty? You're about to see. And in honor of today's video, I am going to be doing an NBA 2K live stream where I'm going to rebuild the Charlotte Hornets with Lamelo Ball and LiAngelo Ball. Yes guys, that's right, I am live streaming for the first time on my second channel, and I'm gonna be live streaming a lot there. The link to that stream is going to be in the description. It's going to be the pinned comment on this video. It's going to be a YouTube card. I'm going to be streaming all the time, so please come check out the stream, come show support. And also on my second channel, I'm going to be giving away 5 copies of NBA 2K20 to people who are subscribed with my post notifications on. So that's just some added bonus to go click the link in the description and join the stream. Plus we get to talk some basketball. We can talk about whatever you want. I'm very excited. Now let's get into this video though, because with LiAngelo Ball, I do want to start out with this. The version of Jello we are currently watching is not the version we've seen in the past. LiAngelo Ball has had an extremely long road up until this point. He was thrown into the spotlight early as the leading scorer at Chino Hills. He went through his struggles at UCLA. He's played overseas. He's played in the JBA. He's had a basketball journey that is the size of many players' entire careers. But yet, he's still only 22 years old. He is full of potential. He has a lot of room to grow. And all of this experience playing at various levels has hardened him and made him truly a better all-around player. So credit to LiAngelo for just never giving up. And at this point, we can see when it comes to the Summer League, when it comes to the Hornets, Jello is not acting like he's owed anything. He is working to earn everything he gets. And because of this, as you're about to see in this video, LiAngelo is stronger, he's quicker, and he's hustling way more than ever before. And when it comes to his strength, the man has added clear muscle to his frame, and it shows on the court. His strength is very apparent, especially on the rebounding side of things, and this is not just me saying this. Dutch Gately, an assistant coach for the Hornets, had this to say after watching LiAngelo practice. The first thing is strength. He's a strong kid. I think he's lost a little bit of weight since he's been with us, and he looks a little more cut, a little more defined. Great confidence in his shot. He shoots it very, very well. Very quick release. For his size, you wouldn't think it, but he's a very good offensive rebounder. He does a great job crashing the glass, getting in there. I think that helps with his strength. These to me are very, very promising words, guys, and I also think all of this is incredibly important for LiAngelo's NBA future, because if we're being perfectly honest, up until this point, LiAngelo's game has not really drawn the interest of NBA scouts, because if it had, he'd be playing on an NBA team. In fact, while he was at UCLA, Woj had a pretty famous tweet where he said this: ex-UCLA freshman LiAngelo Ball has no chance that he'll be drafted in June. And that was before his shoplifting incident in China. He's not on any of our scouting lists, even the extended lists, one GM told ESPN. Woj also said Ball will struggle to find a serious job playing pro basketball, including the G League. Then on top of all of this, this article was titled "NBA Scouts Laugh Off LiAngelo Ball's Draft Prospects, No Chance." And finishing off here, scout on where he'd guess LiAngelo Ball is playing 1 year from now. Chino Hills Rec League. Do you hear the level of disrespect here? This is insane. However, it also really shows who LiAngelo is as a person. He was at one point in time a player that scouts laughed at the thought of him playing in the NBA, and now he's in the NBA Summer League, and now he's doing his thing. Now he looks like he has a legitimate shot to be playing on the Charlotte Hornets roster next season. So while yes, the situation in Detroit was unfortunate, as they say, everything happens for a reason, and at this point, who cares about Detroit, because LiAngelo is now going to be playing with his brother Lamelo, and that is probably the best thing that could possibly happen for Jello in his career. Before we get into all the positives Lamelo can bring though, let's talk about the questions that really surround LiAngelo and his NBA future. Those questions include his athleticism. Can he shoot at an NBA level, and can he defend? Because we all know Jello is not going to be a star. The role he can carve out for himself in the NBA is going to be a 3-and-D guy. And is the shooting there? Yes, I'm sure it'll always be there at any level. The reason I believe this is that LiAngelo not only has a great jump shot, but he also has 2 huge things going for him. him. The first is that he has a fast release, which is big because as a 2 or a 3, he is definitely undersized at 6'5". He'll still be able to get his shot off against NBA defenders though because of his release, which brings me to the other thing that he is going for him: years and years of shooting with a hand in his face. LiAngelo has always been more than willing to shoot with a guy in his face, and in the NBA, defenders are able to close out at seemingly impossible speeds, and so when we consider that those defenders are going to be 3 to 4 inches taller than Jello, he's going to need to be able to shoot with a hand in his face, and I think he's ready for that. Which brings us to his defense and his overall athleticism. Now at this point, I still do believe LiAngelo is below average on defense. However, it really looks like he's improved a tremendous amount on the defensive end, and I expect that to continue. The reason that I believe this will continue is that LiAngelo hustles his ass off each and every play, and in a lot of ways that can make up for his subpar natural talent on the defensive end, because in other aspects he's able to make defensive hustle plays such as stealing passes on fast breaks. To me, with time, Jello is just going to get better and better on the defensive side of the floor, and as already mentioned, his strength is a huge plus and his athleticism has improved as well. And at this point, we've only seen 2 games. If you're watching this video in the future and we've seen more, it doesn't really matter, as you're about to see. Now in game 1, we saw LiAngelo's shooting on full display. In just 16 minutes, Jello knocked down 5 threes, he scored 16 points, and he showcased some of his overall all-around play as well, adding in 2 rebounds, 2 steals, and 2 assists. This is the game that brought the hype to Jello, but I want to zero in on game 2 here because overall, I think game 2 is where we can see the things that separate LiAngelo from just a shooter to more of an overall all-around player, especially because in game 2, Jello started off with 0 points in the first half and the hype was dying down fast, except he ended up with 10 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 steals in just 20 minutes, and he had the highest plus minus on his team at +9, which I know in single games plus minus usually doesn't mean a whole lot, except in this case I think it does matter because while watching this game we can see that Jello is not playing with the starting guards that would elevate his game, to say the least. In game 2, the Hornets starting guards combined for 48 minutes and shot a combined 5 for 20 with a combined 2 assists and 7 turnovers. Yikes, 2 assists? Now that's not to say that guys like James Bouknight won't get better, but just watching this game, there were plenty of times Jello was wide open and his teammates just put their heads down and tried to create their own offense with little to no success. If I'm being honest, I'm putting this nicely, a lot of times guys were straight up ball hogging, but if this affected Jello mentally, he certainly did not show it at all. The man was still out there hustling. He did not react at all when he was left wide open and people did not give him the ball. Instead, he just put his head down and ran back on defense and made plays. And then when he was on offense, he was the ultimate team player. Yeah, he took his shots at times, but he was also more than willing to find the open man. He knew his role, which is exactly what the Hornets are looking for. And the fact that he was able to contribute and still put up decent numbers in this game really is a testament to Jello. He didn't wait around for the ball to come into his hands off of open looks from his teammates because that just wasn't happening. So instead, he crashed the glass, he hustled, he made things happen himself. He also played with tons of confidence. Then, after not seeing the ball go through the basket all game up until this point, he drained this 3-pointer, which just shows where his head is at. Jello is ready to step up when he finally gets the ball. And if he's going to be playing with Lamelo and Charlotte, all of the things I mentioned, his hustle, his rebounding, his team play, those are the things that are going to get him playing time and are going to earn him minutes. Because like I said, the shooting will always be there. And right now it's actually funny because in game 2, he didn't get the open looks that he would get on an actual NBA court with defenses focused much more on guys like Lamelo than LiAngelo. And so with Jello, with more options on the court, we'll see more wide open looks. We'll see him get makeable shots that he can and will knock down. And if he's able to do this, his floor spacing will translate very well at the NBA level and will earn him even more time. Because if defenses have to respect his shot, it's a two-way street here. Guys like Melo will get easier shots because defenses have to make a decision. They either help off on Jello and give him a wide open look, or they don't help and they let Lamelo get an open drive to the basket. And do we even need to mention the chemistry of two brothers who grew up playing basketball with each other? Seriously, LiAngelo and Lamelo have the type of chemistry that just cannot be taught on a basketball court. It's like the two share a brain. So with Charlotte, I really do think LiAngelo can carve out a role for himself, and I've been very happy to see how he's been playing in the summer league so far. I do think that he'll end up on the Hornets roster. Whether he'll end up playing in the G League this season at some points, that remains to be seen. But overall, I do think Charlotte is perfect for LiAngelo, and I think with the journey this man has had and with the improvements he's made, he is finally ready. He is going to be an NBA basketball player. And so there we have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Remember, on my second channel right now, I'm live streaming my first ever What If. Come check it out. Link in the description, or it's the pinned comment, or it's a YouTube card, there are plenty of places to find it. Also, if you're not already subscribed to my channel here, please subscribe and turn on post notifications so you never miss a video. If you're already subscribed, thank you for watching. You're awesome. We all know it. And as always, have an awesome day and cue that music. If you're still here while the music is cued, here are 2 videos I think you are definitely going to enjoy. Make sure to click on one of them. Again, I know you're gonna love it. And other than that, have a great day and peace.